Communist Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook has dozens of ex-Obama and ex-Hillary staffers in senior positions at Facebook. And you'll notice this was just last year. This information was put out April 10th, 2018. During his recent apology tour, Mark Zuckerberg notably failed to mention recent revelations about the Obama 2012 campaign's exploitation of the platform's weak pre-2014 data protections to harvest masses of data from non-consenting users. I'm going to highlight that. Harvest masses of data from non-consenting users. That's that little switch that you, or icon you like to click that you don't wish to share your information on Facebook. It's just a feel-good button. They still harvest your information and sell it and make a profit, whether you want to agree to it or not. That button on your phony Facebook bullshit is just a feel-good button to make you feel good. It's deceiving. It's a lie. It's to manipulate you, to trick you, to brainwash you. It's just a feel-good button to make you think you're not sharing your information. And too many of you are too naive, clueless, and ignorant to realize that. So wake up. The number of ex-Obama staffers on his payroll, according to LinkedIn, might explain why. Let's read on. The establishment media, meaning CNN and MSNBC and all the mainstream news media outlets like the New York Times and Washington Post, Time Magazine, media narrative on the Facebook data scandal hit a snag last month. They hoped the story would be restricted to Cambridge Analytica, a data analytics firm they linked to the Cruz and Trump campaigns and their alleged misuse of data. But a bigger story soon emerged, linked to a longtime media favorite, communist, socialist, radical, Barack Hussein Obama. Communist radical. By the admissions of Barack Obama's former media analytics director, Carol Davidson, the former president hovered up far more data without users' consent in 2012. The former president hovered up far more data without users' consent in 2012. Do I need to read that again to many of you? Former President Barack Hussein Obama hovered up far more data without users' consent in 2012. When Facebook's data policies were, as Facebook now concedes or admits, far more vulnerable to exploitation than they were in 2016. Read that again for yourself. Communist president, former president, Barack Hussein Obama, radical, communist, socialist, terrorist, hovered up far more data without users' consent in 2012. Back to that feel-good button on your Facebook app that you don't wish to share your information. Just a feel-good button to make you feel good. Because that's really all it is. And many of you believe that. You really think by clicking on that button on your app that it stops sharing information and your information can't be sold. That's what they want you to believe. It's a lie. They're manipulating you, tricking you, conning you, bullshitting you. It's just a feel-good button to make you feel good if you're naive, gullible, clueless, and ignorant. Mark the Cuck, communist, socialist, radical terrorist, admits that prior to its strengthening of user protections in 2014, supposedly, Facebook made a critical error, no doubt on purpose, willfully, in allowing third-party apps to harvest data not just from users who gave them consent, but from their non-consenting friends as well. What he didn't mention was the digital campaigning tools developed by Obama for America were among the apps that took advantage of this loophole. In the words of Carol Davidson, who oversaw data analytics at Obama for America in 2012, the campaign was actually able to ingest the entire social network of the U.S. Davidson made these comments publicly as early as 2015, but they received little attention at the time because nobody understood what the Sam hell she was talking about at the time. In the wake of the Cambridge Analytica story, Davidson made another bombshell admission on social media that Facebook representatives visited the Obama campaign offices after the 2012 election and told them they were allowed to get away with it because they were on their side. So you've got the communist sucking up to the other communist, socialist, terrorists. In other words, snakes in the grass, cuddling up with one another, all cozy-like, because that's what they are. That Facebook representatives visited the Obama campaign offices after the 2012 election and told them they were allowed to get away with it because they were on their side. A bunch of fucking snakes. Degenerate, pathetic cockroaches and termites of Facebook and the Obama campaign. Communists sucking up to other communists. Radical terrorists is what they are. Both of the Obama staff as well as all the Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook staff. And as Carol Davidson tweeted here, Facebook was surprised we were able to suck out the whole social graph. But they didn't stop us once they realized that was what we were doing. They came to office in days following election recruiting and were very candid that they allowed us to do things they wouldn't have allowed someone else to do because they were on our side. Snakes cuddling up to snakes. Communists cuddling up to other communists. Well, this goes to show you their intent. What they're really about. Supporting communism. Hardcore, radical communism. Snakes is what they are. They're snakes. And we all hate fucking snakes, don't we? Low-life pieces of scum, shit. Like these people. Because that's exactly what they are. They're scumbag pieces of utter shit. In retrospect, this shouldn't be surprising. Obama's 2012 campaign staff and his subsequent White House team included several former employees of top Silicon Valley companies Silicon Valley is located in California. After working for Obama, many of these employees, communists, snakes, returned to Facebook, some of whom now occupy senior positions at the company, according to their LinkedIn profiles. They include David Recordon, former director of IT for Obama's White House. Recordon was engineering director at Facebook prior to his role at the White House and returned to the position after the 2016 election. He is currently engineering director for the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. Chan Zuckerberg. Sounds communist Chinese to me. Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. Chan. Now, that don't sound like communist China. David Palouf, President, Policy and Advocacy for the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. Campaign manager for Obama in 2008. And still sits on the board of the communist degenerate Obama Foundation. Josh W. Higgins, currently executive creative director at Facebook, formerly design director at communist scumbag Obama for America. Anish Raman, currently on the economic opportunity team at Facebook, formerly held a number of positions in the communist Obama White House, including speechwriter to Treasury Secretary Communist Tim Geithner, Associate Director for Strategic Communication at the Department of Defense, and speechwriter to the President. So all those little things you've seen on CNN and MSNBC of Obama giving a speech, Obama didn't come up with that. That was Anish Raman. And speechwriter to the President. There, I highlighted it right there. And see you in the light blue. And speechwriter to Communist President Obama. Anish Raman. Now, Obama's not smart enough to talk on his own. He has to have somebody else put words in his mouth because he's not smart enough. Typical of a degenerate, low-life, piece of shit communist. Lauren Agabici, currently manager of Facebook's Education Partnerships team. Formerly digital organizing manager at Obama for America. Danielle Siwerko Godicki. Boy, that ain't a fucked up name. Typical of a degenerate communist liberal Democrat. Leadership recruiting at Facebook. Formerly a volunteer at Hillary for America and a fellow at Organizing for America. Now you're organizing for goddamn communism is what you're organizing for. Just admit it. Quit hiding behind phony names. Meredith Cardin, currently on Facebook's News Integrity team. Formerly worked at the office of Communist Michelle Obama for 2 years. Meredith Cardin. What's that tell you? Sarah Pollock, currently Associate Manager for Policy Communications at Facebook. Formerly directed media logistics at Hillary for America and worked as a press advance associate at the Obama White House. The first work experience listed on her LinkedIn profile is an internship at the Clinton Global Initiative. I like that. Probably the first job she's ever had because she spent most of her time in one of those degenerate, pathetic liberal colleges for probably 8 to 10 years, and this was her first job. as an internship at the Clinton Global Initiative. Bitch probably never held a real job in her fucking life. Ben Four, strategic partner, development at Facebook, formerly a new media intern in the Obama White House and a social media specialist at the Clinton Foundation. Another degenerate bastard. Bonnie Calvin currently works as a curator for the Facebook GMS Summit. Was previously selected by the communist Obama White House to curate their Maker Faire in 2014, aimed at celebrating makers and builders and doers across the country. Yeah, right. You wouldn't know it if it bit you in the ass. Julian Sun, intellectual property analysis at Facebook, formerly oversaw verification requests to Instagram, worked as an international trade assistant in Obama's Department of Commerce. Anita Strong, project manager for news at Facebook. Deputy regional field director for the communist Obama campaign in 2007 and 2008. And project manager for voter experience for the Obama campaign. Boy, they love their fancy titles, and they're nothing but a bunch of dumb shits. William Elliott, marketing at Oculus Virtual Reality, which is what VR stands for, owned by Facebook. Owned by Facebook. You see that right here? Marketing at Oculus VR, Virtual Reality, owned by Facebook. So if you're a gamer out there and you think that Oculus Rift is so cool, yet you deleted and banned Facebook, well, now you can throw your Oculus Rift away, your VR that you use to play your games with, throw it in the trash and encourage others to quit buying that Oculus VR because it's owned by communist, degenerate Facebook. So you want to help with another blow to Facebook? Quit buying that shit. Don't buy it. Don't buy that Oculus Rift. The less money they make, the more it'll hurt them. Quit catering and pandering to those pieces of shit communists. Formerly a community organizer at Obama's for America. Noreen Iqab Kadar. Yeah, it sounds Indian to me. Marketing specialist, Middle East and North Africa. Formerly an organizing fellow at Organizing for America. David Kaufman, marketing lead, Building 8, Facebook. Formerly worked at the U.S. Digital Services in the Obama White House. Seen Patrick Murphy, talent advisor and recruiter at Facebook. Formerly a canvasser at Obama for America and an activist. In other words, terrorist trainer for the Bernie Sanders campaign. Here, I'll highlight that and read it to you again. Seen Patrick Murphy, talent advisor, he calls himself, and recruiter at Facebook. Formerly a canvasser. In other words, a shit starter at Obama for America and an activist, no, a terrorist for the Bernie Sanders campaign. Another degenerate, low-life scumbag communist. Bernie Sanders. Veronica Rocha, contracts administrator at Facebook, formerly organizing fellow at Obama for America. Giselle Hale, currently director for media partnerships, products at Facebook. She was a regional field director for Obama for America, 2007-8. Yeah, he says America. It's Obama for communism is what it is. Melissa Lano, who has held multiple senior roles at Facebook, include associate manager on international elections in 2012. where she worked on the American presidential election. Formerly a precinct manager at Obama for America in 2008. Obama was never for America. It just sounded good to fool the naive dipshits into believing it. Mercedes Krimmel, or Krim, multiple roles at Facebook, including project data integrity specialist, where she helped launch Facebook's civic engagement tools, including Town Hall, Civic Checkup, and Voter Guide. Formerly a field organizer at Organizing for America. Matthew Hawk, research science manager at Facebook, formerly deputy statistical modeling director at Obama for America. Rachel Jamel, site lead at Facebook, formerly consulted with the Office of FLOTUS, Michelle Obama, on high priority marketing initiative. What, you mean like your school lunch program that failed? Formerly a board member of the Anti-Defamation League. Jane Lee, strategy and communications lead at Facebook. Formerly a deputy chief operating officer at the U.S. Office of Personnel Management in the Obama White House, and finance and operations budget manager at Obama for America. Zach Stubenvall, creative director at Facebook, formerly designer print lead at Obama for America. Zaid. What kind of name is Zaid? Ha! Public policy, strategic response at Facebook, formerly associate White House counsel. Zaid? Are you shitting me? Who names their kid Zaid? Sounds like somebody's trying to cover something up to me. Nathaniel Kursick, product design manager for social good at Facebook, formerly art director and designer at Obama for America. Francisca D. Quezada Cove, head of jobs and service partnership at Facebook, formerly deputy director counselor for strategic engagement in the communist Obama White House. Amy Cedarworm, executive producer for social good at Oculus VR, a Facebook-owned product, formerly a creative projects consultant at Communist Obama for America. Kyle O'Connor, executive communications at Facebook, formerly presidential speechwriter at the White House. Sharon Yang, government and politics outreach at Facebook, formerly Gen 44 finance director at Obama for America. Melanie Rowe, technology communications at Facebook, previously worked for Democratic presidential candidates in Democratic administrations since the Kerry campaign in 2004. Melanie Rowe. Brent Brown, content strategist at Facebook, previously worked as deputy news media director for Pennsylvania in Communist Obama's 2008 campaign. Also worked for disastrous and pathetic communist news, MSNBC, and Mother Jones. Ryan Bushek, technical program manager at Facebook, formerly operations director in Florida for Communist Obama for America. Christine Turner, head of global policy at WhatsApp, a Facebook acquisition, held multiple roles in the Communist Obama White House between 2008 and 2016. David Ginsburg, currently Director of UX and Strategic Research at Facebook, formerly debate prep lead for Vice President Joe Biden in 2012. David Ginsburg. Matthew Warshauer, currently head of data science for social good at Facebook. Warshauer was an intern at Communist Obama for America working on paid media analytics. Let's see who's working at Facebook from the Hillary staff. Hillary Clinton. These are the people that used to work for Hillary Clinton. Another communist, degenerate, lying bastard along with her husband Bill. And his brother. Yeah, that no good drunk bastard. Emilio Tamez currently performs custom research at Facebook on behalf of advertisers. Formerly worked as an experiments analyst for Hillary for America. None of you people are for America. We all know that now. It's all just a slogan. It don't mean shit to you people. Joe Cohen, Client Solutions Manager for Travel at Facebook. Formerly Senior Manager for Digital Advertising at Hillary for America in 2016. And a Digital Advertising Strategist at Obama for America in 2012. In between the two campaigns, he also worked at Facebook. Rita Sharmu, currently the emerging world's liaison at Facebook. Formerly a member of the National Finance Committee for Hillary for America. Andrew Forrest, currently works in partnership analytics for Facebook. Previously worked as head of audience development at Hillary for America. Oh boy. Ashley Woolheater, currently public policy lead at Oculus VR, that gaming device you wear on your head while you're gaming so you get this 3D image. Boycott Oculus VR. It's junk. You're making Facebook more money by buying that shit. Don't buy it. Ashley Woolheater, currently public policy lead at Oculus VR, formerly policy chief of staff at Hillary for America. Newellen Thomas, currently works in data science for Facebook, formerly deputy chief analytics officer at Hillary for America. Emily Hahn, currently a product marketing manager at Facebook, formerly a senior product manager at Hillary for America. Crystal Patterson, currently government and politics outreach manager at Facebook, formerly communications director at the Center for American Progress, and worked in online communications at Hillary for America. Marcus Raimadi, currently a client solutions manager at Facebook, formerly a digital advertising strategist at Hillary for America. In total, we found 45 employees who had previously worked or volunteered with the Hillary campaigns, the Obama campaigns, or the Obama White House and are now employed by Facebook, Facebook-owned companies, or the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. This does not include Facebook employees who do not have LinkedIn accounts or neglected to mention past experience on their profiles. Our search for former Romney staffers or campaign volunteers who currently work at Facebook returned just 7 profiles. A search for John McCain staffers returned 1 profile, who also appeared on the Romney list. A search for staffers from the George W. Bush administration or presidential campaigns returned 3 profiles. A search for former Trump staffers returned 0 profiles. Unless you count the Facebook Industry Insights, lead who interned at Ivana Trump's campaign or company in 2012. The upper echelons of Silicon Valley in California, companies are awash with communist Obama alumni. Former members of the administration have ended up in senior positions or as board members of Uber, communist Lyft, and Airbnb, and communist Twitter, Nest, and Square, among other companies. I'll highlight that. The upper echelons of Silicon Valley and California are awash with Obama alumni. Former members of the administration have ended up in senior positions or as board members of communist Uber, communist Lyft, Airbnb, communist Twitter, Nest, and Square, among other companies. And we all see how Uber and Lyft are operating. Lots and lots of complaints, under investigations, and thinking they don't have to abide by any laws. People getting hurt, stabbed, robbed, raped, because they're hiring degenerate lowlifes. And Uber and Lyft are nothing but communist pieces of shit companies anyway, run by other communist scumbag bastards. Facebook's ties to the Obama White House are similar to that of Google, which also appeared to have a revolving door relationship with the former administration. Andrew Breitbart once wrote of the Democratic media complex. Clearly, there now exists a Democrat Silicon Valley complex as well. It's a communist Silicon Valley complex as well. Facebook denies Carol Davidson's claim that the company gave the Obama campaign any special favors in 2012. A Facebook spokeswoman said both the Obama and Romney campaigns had access to the same tools and no campaign received any special treatment from Facebook. Yeah, right. Well, let's go have a look at the comments at what people had to say about some of this. The comments are equally as good as this article. Let's read them. Comment number 1. Yeah, and the left is worried about the NRA paying off politicians. I'd say Facebook and the rest of Silicon Valley are far more dangerous than the NRA. With the politicians, Zuck pays off. Zuck is wholly owned by leftist politicians. They created him and his company. Unfortunately for them, his mind isn't good enough to defend them on the world stage. It's becoming embarrassing. His masters have overreached again. Stop using Facebook. End of problem. I 100% agree with that. Delete and ban and get off of Facebook. Quit using that Facebook and Twitter. They're not needed and they're not wanted. Look at that photo. Corrupt, lying Obama and admiring boy wonder. And then they will all come scurrying out of their rat holes for the next Democratic presidential election with everything they've stolen on everyone. Get off Facebook. Get off Facebook. Yeah, delete Facebook and Twitter altogether. Waterboy, not Wonder Boy, carries Obama's dirty water. Exactly right. Do like what China and some other nations do. Ban Facebook in full. So Facebook is where the vermin and snakes slithered into. Good to know. Boycott Facebook. Boycott Facebook. Exactly. I'd rather live in a real vermin and snakes than who's on that list. They should have put them in a pyramid with Hillary when they embalmed her. Hillary still managed to lose to Trump. I'm still smiling. You bet we are. This is the exact reason we have the Second Amendment. In today's hearing, Zuck claimed Facebook was not biased. I bet these articles will be categorized as fake news by Facebook. Can't let their incestuous secrets out of the bag. Thank God for Breitbart. The list looks like a lot like the stacked Mueller team, doesn't it? Gee, with a list of employees like that, it is any wonder why they have been filtering and cutting GOP views out. I agree. Fakebook will put warning sticker on this article. I would venture to say that not a single conservative, Republican, Independent, or Libertarian is employed at Facebook out of thousands and thousands of employees. But they don't hire people based on political leanings? Laughing my ass off. A little kid looking at his daddy adoringly. That'd be Mark Zuckerberg looking at communist Obama. That's why I don't use Facebook from the beginning. There was a strong and strange smell emitting from that place. I think it began when Zuckerberg stole the Facebook idea from two twin brothers who paid him to develop the computer coding for the website. The Marxist tentacles run deep. If you value freedom, get off of Facebook. I agree 100%. Ban, delete Facebook and Twitter. Quit using them. Living under democratic rule would be akin to living in North Korea. This is sick, like living in North Korea. I terminated my Facebook account yesterday. Comment below that. Ditto. Zuckerberg, Obama, and Hillary are going to rule the New World Order, so you should just all fall in line. The mark of the beast is on the horizons. God help us. Obama was an evil disguised as hope. Antichrist. Obama and his ilk are like a bad case of syphilis, or the clap. Obama looks like a hemorrhoid with big ears. The left are communist. Yes, they are. Yes, but they're mine. Obama had all these Silicon Valley resources at hand, and he still couldn't bring a working website within budget and on time for his Obamacare enrollment launch. Where did $2 billion go, Obama? Why isn't Mueller and his FBI minions investigating that? Where did $2 billion go, Obama? Why isn't Mueller and his FBI? Yep, where did $2 billion go? Someone got a lot of money, which was then funneled to the DNC. Same with the Solandra fiasco, which Solandra is that solar panel company that got hundreds of millions of dollars from the Obama administration that ended up going bankrupt. That's what the Solandra fiasco he's referring to is. There really should be a lot of high-level pukes in jail, but the FBI has no balls or respect for the rule of law except when it concerns low-hanging fruit, average petty criminals and conservatives. They all got bribed. Now they are stuck in purgatory. What a shame. Yep. Bunch of snakes hanging out with snakes. They're all communist, low-life scumbag pieces of shit. We're going to expose more of them as time goes on. Seriously, is this news to anyone? That they are admitting it is new? Of course. But we all knew then that they were working with the lawless twit, meaning Mark Zuckerberg and Obama, to harvest data on people. Taking your personal and private information and selling it and going to use it against you down the road any way they can. any way they can. And they think they can get by with it. Only if you let them. Only if you're naive, gullible, ignorant, and stupid enough to let them. Delete your Facebook and Twitter accounts. Facebook isn't a monopoly. It's a political cartel. Facebook, just another leftist organization. There's Zuckerberg staring at Obama with wood in his pants. He worships the devil. When you look at that list, you don't even have to ask about left-wing bias. The whole question of Zuckerberg is such a sham. Globalist Marxist politicians asking a Marxist globalist about privacy. Unbelievable. That's about the truth. The whole questioning of Zuck is such a sham. Globalist Marxist politicians asking a Marxist globalist about privacy. Unbelievable. And they all march in unison, goose step style. Why hasn't Facebook's Zuckerberg admitted to being paid by President Obama with U.S. taxpayer money under the disguise of public relations? I'll let you read this. I'm not going to read it word for word, but U.S. taxpayers should not be placed in position through fraud, waste, and abuse of U.S. taxpayer money for Obama and his personal pursuits in Obama's Hitler-esque control of the internet and media. Yep, well, I canceled my accounts on Facebook and Twitter. I won't consider anything similar to them that is not committed to free expression. Leftists can't help being censors. Mark Zuckerberg, his degenerate communist wife as well, Communist Obama, and his communist skank transvestite wife, Michelle Obama, are nothing but low-life pieces of scum. Along with Jack Dorsey, the CEO, owner of Twitter. Along with Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Maxine Waters, and the rest of the bozo Democratic liberal communist asswipes out there are nothing but degenerate scum. That goes for the heads of Google too, and Facebook that like to go around blocking and deleting other people's videos. Your day's coming, and it's not going to be good. And you all are going to be running around scared with your panties in a knot up the crack of your ass. But your day's coming. Your day is coming. And you're too stupid to know it. This is interesting because this holds true. Think about this for a minute. They went after Alex Jones and Paul Joseph Watson, Milo. Here, I have one of these questions that seemingly don't have a lot to do with this. Backpage was taken down and its CEO arrested on funky trafficking with minors charges. They had no real control over 250,000 ads posted. Granted, it was mostly escorts, but they did cooperate with authorities, reported the ads they caught, donated to related NGOs, etc. Facebook does host escort pages that don't get caught in their filters. I'll bet minors too. Hell, we know ISIS has used Facebook and even Twitter to communicate. Why isn't Zuckerberg arrested his home raided and Facebook shut down? Is it because Kamala Harris, initially behind and taking credit for the back page persecution, likes Zuckerberg and Facebook promotes and endorses Democrats? That is a very good point. They shut down Backpage. Why aren't they shutting down and arresting and raiding Facebook and Twitter offices and homes? They did with Backpage. Good point. Very good point. And there's plenty of porn on Twitter. Plenty of porn. People selling their services. Dominatrixes. Tons of those ads. Their profiles on Twitter. I don't do Facebook or Twitter, but I've seen them. I'd never signed up for either one because I wasn't that fucking stupid. They're pieces of shit run by communists. And I don't support communists, liberals, Democrats. Facebook has dozens of ex-Obama and ex-Hillary staffers in senior positions. Now we understand the last step in the hijacking of America. Isolate the anti-leftists by cutting off their communications. That's right. You cut away from Facebook and Twitter. Delete Facebook and Twitter. Start killing their communications, and pretty soon there won't be any advertisers because advertisers aren't going to spend money when nobody's on Facebook or Twitter. So their revenue shrinks and they go out of business. Do it, people. Do it. Same for Google and YouTube. Time to bring out Alinsky. Alinsky says there are 10 levels of control that must be obtained before you can create a social state. And when he talks about Alinsky, he's talking about Saul Alinsky, the communist, degenerate, low-life scumbag piece of shit. Amazing. All that talent, all that intelligence, all that superior elitism, all that better than you attitude, not to mention money. All that money, and they still couldn't get the queen of crookedness elected to president. Goes to show average hard-working Americans will not be deterred by slick Obama politicians and cohorts. America does not cater or pander to communist, degenerate, scumbag pieces of shit. Obama is a filthy Muslim. Ha. Yep. This explains a lot. It looks like Silicon Valley companies act as a life support system for Democratic operatives between their stints in government. This allows them to manipulate the minds of voters to get themselves back into power. Well, I'm not going to read all these comments, but this provides a good, just look at these people. We'll go over it again. I'm not going to read them, but these are all the people that worked for Obama during his campaign that now work for Facebook, Fakebook, communist Facebook. Anybody that still does Facebook is very naive, ignorant, and stupid. As well as anybody who still does Twitter, Jack Dorsey's Twitter. You've got to be very ignorant, naive, gullible, and just plain brain dead. Delete and quit using Facebook and Twitter and any of the other applications that Facebook and Twitter owns. Unless you like catering and pandering to communists. These two degenerate, communist, scumbag, worthless pieces of shit if you like catering to these two worthless pieces of garbage and you continue to use Facebook and Twitter or any other apps that are owned by Facebook and Twitter, then you are one degenerate, naive, ignorant, gullible, dumb bastard.